He's officially guilty. Bryan Kohberger has shockingly confessed to the murders of 4 innocent Idaho college students in a surprising twist where he accepted a guilty plea deal. Let me tell you why he confessed and why the families of the victims are furious about how Bryan will be benefiting from this plea deal. It is now a fact that in November 2022, 28-year-old PhD student at the time, Bryan Kohberger, snuck onto the campus house of 4 Idaho students and took 4 of their lives away by fatally stabbing them, leaving 2 alive witnesses in the house to find them in the morning. After taking the lives of these 4 students, Kaylee, Maddie, Ethan, and Xana, he was able to avoid getting caught for almost 7 weeks. They even pulled him over on a fake charge of tailgating someone else's car so they could get body cam footage of his hands to see if he had any cuts on his hands. That's how hard they were trying to incriminate him. But Bryan Kohberger was so good at hiding the evidence because he was actually a PhD student in criminology studying serial killers and crime scenes, clearly in hopes of one day becoming one. And after 2 years of thorough investigation, Bryan was forced to confess from undeniable evidence. For one, they saw that his phone was pinned directly outside the house of these girls for 16 different nights before the murders. And they found a piece of Kaylee's dog's fur in Bryan's apartment. How would that get there? He accidentally left the sheath of the knife at the crime scene and they traced his blood to his family's DNA. The video of him confessing is so extremely scary because the judge had to ask him point blank, did you enter these girls' house that night with the intent of unaliving them one by one, and listed all of their names? And he just had to respond with, yes.
Did you, on November 13th, 2022, kill and murder Madison Mogen, a human being?
Yes.
And did you do that willfully, unlawfully, deliberately, and with premeditation and malice of forethought?
Yes.
Let me tell you why he confessed. So under this plea deal, he has to serve 4 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole. He'll spend his whole life in prison, but he benefits because this plea deal takes the death penalty completely off the table, which in Idaho is by firing squad. Now, half the families of the victims are furious about this because since he just admitted to it, they no longer have to do a full trial, which means Bryan never has to sit there and divulge all the details about this crime. He never has to reveal his motive. He never has to tell them if someone worked with him, thus keeping others safe. And the mother of Xana said that this is a missed opportunity to show people that there are real extreme consequences for cases like this. But the father of Maddie Mogen said that he's okay with the plea deal because he doesn't want to see graphic photos of that crime in the trial. And this will spare the families the pain of reliving it and the witnesses like the other 2 girls in the house of reliving it. There will be no more further updates on this case, and that's the tragic end.